All right, we got McConnell from TTB Ravens Media on the show. He's going to tell us all about Josh Oliver and either dash our dreams or get us excited. All right, welcome back to the Onebar and Lupagus show. Special guest in the house. Vikings make their first and only free agent signing so far. Josh Oliver played 23 games in the last 2 years for the Baltimore Ravens. Who better to have on the show than McConnell from TTB Ravens Media? He's got a front row seat to him in the last couple of years. Appreciate you hopping on the show, man.
Oh, no worries. Thank you for having me. It's always fun talking, I guess now former Ravens, but always good talking ball.
Heck yeah. And all the links will be down in the description. Check out their channel. They got a great channel over there. So check them out for sure. But first and foremost, Josh Oliver. So we make the signing. Of course, everybody thinks our first sign is going to be some future Hall of Fame player, and it's Josh Oliver. And everybody's like, who the hell's Josh Oliver? So we dig into him a little bit more. So I just want to pick your brain a little bit on him. Just high level. What's Josh Oliver?
Josh Oliver is a balanced pass catching, possession and decent run blocking tight end. I think he's a really solid number 2, number 3, put him on the line. You can put him in the slot. You can put him out wide a little bit, but he's used to playing next to a Pro Bowl tight end, and he gets to do that again. And he gets to block for a great running back, and he gets to play with great wide receivers. And I think he's going to have pretty good success in Minnesota, actually. I'm happy that he went to a team that I feel like can use his talents.
So you say a pretty good blocker. So the first thing when he gets signed, everybody's saying that his MO is just he's a fantastic blocker. Would you say fantastic, or is he just all right?
It's really tough to judge because coming out of college, he wasn't. He was drafted by the Jaguars. But, with the Ravens 3 tight ends, I believe, were rated by PFF the best run blockers at the tight end position. There were 1, 2, and 3. And I think that's partially due to scheme and how PFF grades. He's a good blocker. I mean, I don't think he's George Kittle. I don't think he's a number 1 crazy, basically counting as an extra offensive tackle, but he can get out there and he'll block for you. He's not somebody that's going to shy away from it. And he's coming from a run heavy system that's used to putting him on the edge, making him block, because the Ravens have 2 primary pass catching tight ends and Mark Andrews and Isaiah Likely. So he was the blocker for them and he did very well.
Was there any interest with the Ravens? I know the Ravens have a very full tight end group there, but was there any interest in bringing this guy back?
No, I just think they drafted 2 tight ends last year. They have Mark Andrews. They have Pat Ricard. I just felt like he was going to move on. I'm glad he actually went somewhere. I didn't know if he would go anywhere, and $7 million a year. It's a lot more than I was expecting for him, but I'm glad he's going to go to a spot that can use him.
Yeah, I mean, just as far as his last couple of years with the Ravens, I mean, was it a case of just being behind Andrews, or did they just not target him? I mean, when you just look at his stats alone, clearly it's just like, okay, this guy is not a pass catcher.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't in a pass catching system. Lamar Jackson is going to target his favorite guy, and that's Mark Andrews. Outside of that, like Greg Roman's system isn't built for the 2nd tight end or the 3rd tight end. And he was the 3rd tight end in pass catching situations, but there were games where he was tight end 1 with Mark Andrews missing time. And he's played very well. But he's not going to, beat you for 40 yards. It's like 3rd down, you can hit him across the middle and he's going to catch it. He's got good hands and he can, sit in the soft spot, but he's not some crazy playmaker. I think it's just like, possession wide receiver. He's not a bad pass catcher like a lot of blocking tight ends are. He can go across the middle. He can take a hit, and he can make a big catch for you.
All right, so you kind of already mentioned him real quick, though. Just number 1, we'll start with the bad. What's the bad with Josh Oliver?
I think it's just his limited playmaking ability. Like, he's not going to do anything crazy for you. And, even though the Vikings already have a lot of playmakers, it's always good to add another playmaker, and he's not someone that I'm expecting after the catch to get a ton more yards, or somebody to make a one-handed catch, or somebody to go out there and break a bunch of tackles to get that first down. He catches it, maybe he gets a couple yards and he falls down, but you know what? Sometimes you need that.
Yeah, it sounds like we already had him on the roster. His name was Johnny Munt, but maybe we got Johnny Munt 2.0. So All right, real quick then, the good. Give us some good news. Give us some hope here.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is he's a team player. He's someone that came over from the Jacksonville Jaguars, and it wasn't even a guaranteed pick that he was traded for. The Ravens didn't know if they'd keep him, and he went out there. And Mark Andrews missed time, and he stepped in, and Ravens fans really fell in love with him. Right when he got traded to Baltimore, I coined the nickname The Weapon because he's a do-it-all type of player. You can put him on the line. You can put him at fullback. I believe the Ravens actually tried a handoff with him at one point in his career. They wanted to get the ball in his hands just because he's a unique asset that a lot of people forget about. And at the tight end position, having someone that can do everything is very valuable in those second and short, third and medium situations where you can either run or pass, and he can do both for you.
Wonderful. All right. Once again, Wicked McConnell from TTB Ravens Media. Links will be down in the description. Check him out. Give him a sub. So final, his overall contract, Vikings sign him 3 years, $21 million. Only 10.75 of that is guaranteed. I think you already pretty much alluded to this, but thoughts on the contract? 10.75 guaranteed.
I mean, I was just shocked that a team would pay a number 2 tight end $7 million. If he went to a team and he was the number 1, I'd be like, okay, that makes sense. I'm just a little bit surprised that he is making that much money, because I believe there's extra incentives where he can make more than 7.
Oh, yeah.
When it's like, okay, this is going to be a number 2. Like, there's no way he's going to beat out DJ Hawkinson. So, you know what? They got a guy that can play. It's just, I think they overpaid a little bit, but maybe they just really wanted him.
Yeah, I think, Vikings fans, their hope is the dude comes in. If he gets 15 catches on the year, great. But we're banking on his blocking ability because we're a little bit of a disaster up front for there. So that is our hope, and we'll see what happens. But I don't know. I mean, you made me feel a little bit better. It wasn't just like, I can't believe this guy's even. You did kind of say that, but I mean, it is what it is. It's not a sexy pick, but hopefully it has teeth.
Yeah.
All right, before I let you go, Lamar Jackson, he's going to be a Raven next year, right?
I think so. I don't think I honestly don't know if anyone's going to offer him a contract. So I feel like it's almost a lock that he's a Raven next year.
Calais Campbell, that hurt?
That shocked me. I did not expect him to be a cut candidate. I thought it was going to be Gus Edwards, but I wish the best for Calais because he's still a baller. So we'll see where he goes.
Monster. I love that guy. I've always loved that guy. But all right, links in the description. Appreciate you hopping on the show, man. Take care. Wish you the best.
Thank you.